Hello, everyone. Welcome to Elevating Your Life. And today we will be so elevated and so blessed and gifted with the amazing guest that we have the honor to have with us today. Today, I am sharing with all of you Ingvar Villido. He is a well-known spiritual teacher and yogi born in Estonia, where he lives today. He has been teaching the practical use of consciousness since 1992. More than 30,000 people have attended his lectures, events, and courses. He presents practical consciousness, a system teaching people to live without the restrictions of disturbing thoughts and emotions, access the amazing qualities of consciousness, and achieve an ongoing state of flow in their lives. His teachings further dive into the mysteries of Kriya and Ishwaranda, I hope I got that right, yogas, leading to the flowering of one's potential for beyond what is ordinarily possible for human beings. He wrote this amazing book, Practical Consciousness, Freeing Yourself from Emotional Addiction to Live a More Joyful Life. And what a gift this book is. I loved it so much. It's life-changing. So first off, Ingvar, welcome to the show.
Hello, Paula. It's good to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, I'm just so grateful to have you here. Oh my gosh. I would love to have you share a bit more of your background and about what you do with us, if you wouldn't mind.
You know, I'm quite a regular guy, you know, but if I'm looking behind, it's not so simple, you know. But, you know, as far as I can remember, I have always had lots of questions, including some hard questions about life, who I am, what I'm doing here, what is the purpose of whatever exists, you know, what does spirituality means? For example, what is vital body, what is chakras, what is, I don't know, you know, some spiritual things. What are those things about what people talking always, you know? And etc. It was so long, you know, that research to find answers to those ultimate questions, you know. But I met my first teacher in my mid-20s, and he taught to me martial arts and acupuncture and some Agni Yoga details. But actually, I read about pranayamas when I was 6-7 years old, and start practicing them by myself in very young age. Yeah, it was, if I think about now, you know, it's quite crazy, you know. I learned them by myself, making them clear and practicing every morning. And as a teenager time, I experienced some very strange states, you know. How I say it, my body slept, but I'm been awake. And it happens through quite a long period of time. I didn't know what it means, but after maybe decades or even 2 decades, I read from some book, or I don't remember from which one, but it talks about yoga nidra. And then I understood, oh, that was yoga nidra and state of turiya, which one is the highest state of consciousness. And then after 2 decades, I understood, oh, that was that experience. And so some miracles, you know, happened to me at that time. But of course, I don't practice them. They just, how say, in teenager, you know, you have different things, you know, to do, and those incredible qualities and experiences was gone just, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and but I have some kind of how say a technical mind, or more like engineer mind, or I always making something, making some researches always, and I had a lot of questions. I'm going deep, because I read a lot of books, and I visited many lectures and participating many teachings, branches of teaching, spiritual, known and unknown. But my need to understand wasn't fed. It always was something missing. And then I started to dig out by myself, because no one of teachers actually explained things to me with my wow, oh, this is it. Yeah, it always was like ideas or like philosophy, but without a practical side. And yeah, it took a lot of time, but I go deep and I start to dig out that practical knowledge. It means basically, or as a result, do this, and then you achieve result. It's become very technical, and it covers everything actually. Till to this day, it's too much said, but all simple things about life, for me, are the simple things now. Actually, this was very complicated, but I'm going beyond life, to the true life, to the source. That's my direction, to discover all those things, what they are, and how I can consciously use those things. And of course, I had a lot of problems, at that time. I make my own research. I don't have some teachers there. I was my teacher by, how that in English, I was my teacher. And at that time, I don't recognize who is that real teacher who taught me to receive some answers or understandings and insights and other things. After a few decades, I understood what it was, but I don't had any references. It was a quite difficult time, because I wasn't sure my discoveries are working or not. But I found finally references, and it was very similar to the Siddha tradition, which one is very old tradition, yoga tradition, and tradition of ancient researchers. It was the Siddha tradition from south of India, Tamil. It was a tradition of Tamils. It was very rare knowledge, actually. Today you can find something about them in the internet, but a couple of years ago it was empty. And can you imagine? I searched references, I think maybe 20 years ago or something like that, maybe even more. It was very hard to me. But now I know I'm similar to those guys, those siddhas, and I'm very happy. They actually have a lot of incredible knowledges about us, nature, and other things. But let's go back, to the more my life between the researchers, right? Researching. I'm married. I have three kids. They are grown up today. But if you're coming to your home and you see everything is very messy, three kids, they're destroyers, actually, lovely destroyers, right? And of course, you become nervous. You start to shout to them why it's like this, clean your mess, and it was quite emotional period, right? And of course, if I'm going back to the research, I start to ask why I'm like this, why I'm shouting, why I'm become nervous, and it was how you say, it was very important happening actually to me, what happened between me and children and wife, and because I doesn't like to be like that, you know. I like to be much more better, but it just automatically happened, you know. And then I start to make research. What the hell actually happens here, you know? And then I found out what is emotions, how they become activated, which one they are, from what is their origin, and other things. And the result of that research was actually technology. Technology, how you can release from your system negative emotions, or those kind of emotions which are actually influencing to the individual and others in bad way. That was very good research topic because the technology helped me, and today I don't have those emotions anymore. Yeah, whatever can happen around, I don't have them. What was interesting, because I learned before my research what others doing, you know, with emotions, and I found many methods which are used even today. But how I say, all those methods are good, but this one was very efficient. Actually, it works through few seconds. That's it, right? Then I expanding my research about emotions and how they influence to the physical body, to the health, and what is background emotions, which are influencing all the time us, you know, our health, and etc. It just was one topic, you know, about emotions, because I'm making research about thinking, how we can become free from bad thoughts permanently, and other things, you know, about consciousness, like we said before, you know. And of course, you know, I'm involved totally to the Kriya Yoga of Babaji, we say it. It's same Babaji from Yogananda book. He's mentioned there many times. And why Kriya Yoga? Because it belongs to the Siddha tradition. And Kriya means action with consciousness.
Action with consciousness.
Yeah.
I love that.
With consciousness. It's not like automatical practicing, but you know what you're doing.
Yes.
Because all Siddha knowledge starts from consciousness. And of course, you know, if you see after your own practices how you can be calm, balanced, objective, you start to understand much more better what actually happens around. You become better manager, you know. You don't leave your mind world, you know. 95% of people living in this mind, right? With imaginations and rememberings and other things. Yeah, and they actually going far away from that physical world, right? And that connection become quite weak. And but I found, you know, if you make a new connection without mind to the physical world, you can find paradise actually.
Yes.
And then I understood, you know, all hell and heaven actually exist in my mind, inside my body, right? My head, you know, in my brain. And of course, I used those methods and become clear from those disturbings, and life is totally changed, you know.
You shared such great, great information that I didn't even realize so many great facts on the difference between emotions and feelings and our awareness and finding our true self. It's amazing what you have discovered and shared.
Yeah, you know that about a true self. That was quite tough topic to me, you know, because at that time I read some books, and there was mentioned that self, true self, and written with big letters, you know. I thought, about what they're talking, you know, about what? Who is that true self?
Yes.
Who is that? Because I know I'm thinking, and this is me, I'm looking to the mirror, this is me. And I become curious, and it took 1 year practice to find it. Who is that? Me, Yeah, and I found it actually. And it was so incredible discovery. Uh, it's actually a life-changing discovery. And second year took time to find ways how to teach it to the others, right? That practical way, how to do it, to find the true self. And of course, it's become very, very accorded to the yogic knowledge about the true self, and about some sayings. For example, we just living our life like in the dream. All those things was just disappeared, and the yogic real true understanding came out. But today I'm, like you said, teach a lot of or taught to a lot of people, but I never liked to be teacher actually. It happens, you know how.
Oh.
I practiced, I was quite shy guy, and
Oh.
yeah, yes. And in one period of my life, I actually decide to build house to my family, to home, and I start to work with some architecture. And she lived in our capital, in Tallinn, and then I just went to her, and we discussed about some drawings there, and etc. But in neighbor room was actually 5 or 6 yoga teachers, because her husband was yoga teacher, quite famous in Estonia, and they discussed about something. But I listened by side, because they talked very loudly.
Yes.
And they're looking up what they're talking there, something strange. They couldn't find some solution for something. And then I just said something to them, and I was shocked. Why? Because total silence came.
Oh.
They become quiet. Then I thought, wow, I said something wrong, or I'm doing some bad things now. But then that main yoga teacher in Estonia turned face to me and said, would you like to share your knowledge?
Oh.
I was invited. Of course, I shared knowledge with them, and then he invite me to his class, and then it starts.
Oh.
Some students in his class arranging bigger and bigger events, and hundreds of people came. I was very young at that time. Yeah, and that was my beginning of my teacher career.
Oh my gosh. And now you teach around the world. Oh my gosh. Isn't that
Yeah.
what a path?
Yeah, I teach around the globe, but it's too tough, to do alone. That's the reason why I was smart, and we're making courses, and today we have approximately 40 teachers around the globe.
That's beautiful. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Getting the information and wisdom out to so many, and helping and changing so many lives. Oh my God. And in your book, you give so many great practices and thoughts, and it's a gift. It really is a gift for us. And it just, I read the book literally in one day. I could not put it down. And
yeah, oh, sorry. I disturbed you.
yeah, it's, you had so many great points in it. Something I loved was when you talked about true self, and something you said, The ego can mask your true self like clouds that cover up the sun. True self is consciousness. That is beautiful. Consciousness is, boy, when we connect to consciousness, that's huge, isn't it?
Yes, it's great actually. Um, uh, you know, how I say, um, in Kriya Yoga, it belongs to the Siddha tradition, and my discoveries actually are very similar, like I said before, but they're making clarity with us who we are, what we have, because even spiritual people have some kind of how to say, they are not so clear what happens inside them, and it's quite messy,
Yeah.
But it's very, very important to clarify it by your own practice, your objective information, what is what for orientation. Then you can manage your inner world much more better to understand. Why? Because look, it's so simple, whatever kind of things we're doing, all them starts from us, from inside us,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Whatever things. Now, they don't start from outside, because, for example, look of people blaming others, that person said something to me, I become sad, or something like that, or etc. And but actually, if you're looking logically, yeah, they said to you something, or that person said, but reaction actually happens inside you, and it's coming out, and you're expressing it or suppressing it, right? But logics, what said logics? Logics is very simple. It's a good question. If I don't have this reaction, can I become sad?
I would think not, because
Yes, of course.
you choose
Yes.
your reaction. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's so simple logics, right? Right.
Yes.
But next question, how I can become free from this reaction?
Yes.
For that, you need technology, how to do it by yourself. Yeah? We have so many negative emotions, and common understanding about them is very simple. We need negative emotion to grow up, right? To make solutions for them. But actually, I have different opinion. I think it's actually quite practical knowledge. We need actually understanding, insights, intuition, and inspiration to become more wise, not emotions.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Emotions is good, of course. They are like fuel, whatever we do. But if you imagine world today, you will see, I know in US was some time ago, a lot of strikes and disturbances, and around the globe, if you're looking what happens actually. And if asking why there actually happens there, because emotions,
Yes.
bad emotions. Nothing more. Not thinking, because sometimes people talking about, yeah, something is wrong with your mind. No, it's not a problem of mind. It's always problem of emotions. It's cognitivity is okay, but emotions are that bad
In your
emotions.
book, you mentioned that emotions are the instruments the subconscious uses to move us in different directions. Right. Oh, I just thought that was such a powerful statement. Yes.
Wow. Oh, I have many statements there, many statements.
Oh.
Yeah, but I hope people can learn them, right?
So
and
much
understand it.
Oh, well, gosh, we have about 4 minutes left.
Wow.
Ingvar, I know it goes by so fast. What last message do you want to give to everyone? What would you like them to think about, a step they could take today to come closer to practical consciousness, what would you say, or what would you walk us through?
You know, it's not good manner, but I need to say it. In this book, I have one technique which one can stop your thinking process and to become calm. And that calmness is your consciousness. You can easily find it. And I'd like to add a little bit about the messages, you know. People, we become better through very short time. We don't need millions of years of evolution by releasing bad, harmful emotions. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yes, because it is possible and we can do it. Yeah. Because something I thought was fascinating, you talked about in our memory banks, we have the positive, the negative, and the neutral. And
Sure.
Wouldn't you say that it's where we put our attention really is what we're asking for? And we can take our attention and release, you know, we can release those negative and ask for positive. What do you say about that?
We can make miracles. We can make miracles, but to do miracles, we need to learn how we functioning in daily life. It's not so difficult. It's much more simple when you think.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which really is a wonderful thing. It doesn't need to be complicated. It can be very simple, can't it?
Yes. And if people like to read or learn something more, we have some kind of information in our website, practicalconsciousness.com or ingvarvillido.com. We have a lot of information there, actually. Yeah.
Oh, that is wonderful. Wonderful. So everyone check out the website, check out Practical Consciousness. Just absolutely life-changing. It really is a beautiful gift what you share with all of us in your teachings. I just want to say a big thank you, Ingvar, and I'm just so honored to meet you and share you with my audiences. Wow.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you are so welcome. To everyone out there, love, hugs, and blessings. I celebrate your beautiful true self, and we all are unique and beautiful in our own way. Thank you for joining us. Ingvar, thank you so much. Love, hugs, and blessings.
Thank you.
Thank you.